All right, Endgame is over. What is left to see this year? Is there anything good? Do we have anything to look forward to? Okay, so we were debating this a little bit going forward. We were trying to figure out what the most anticipated movies are left in the year. What's left out there that we were looking forward to seeing, can't wait to see in the theaters, and then some of those blockbusters that they're bringing out that we're not so crazy about. So we're each going to bring up one each, our best and our least expected. And let's start it off. Mark, what's your most anticipated movie for the rest of the year?
Okay, so I know that Endgame is kind of dying down and everything, but I think everybody's anticipating looking forward and what's going on in the universe. And then so I'm going to have to say Spider-Man Far From Home. I think that is going to answer a lot of questions and sort of pick up the pieces and what's left.
Is anybody actually interested in any of the Marvel characters now that Endgame is finished?
Sure. Well, I think so. I think people are asking a lot of questions. They're asking who's going to take over in some circumstances.
But we know this is a Spider-Man movie. It's not an Avengers movie.
Sure. But in the trailer you can see that Spider-Man is traveling across the world and he's going to be in a different sort of climate and atmosphere. And I think that we're going to see the gathering of some new heroes.
I don't know. I'm wondering if people are just saying, Endgame's over, okay? We need to start the new series now. And I don't know if this movie's going to do it because there's going to be a lot of homage to Iron Man in this movie.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt that there's going to be a couple of nods to Iron Man.
But that being said, I'm still going to see the movie. Still going to see Spider-Man.
I've noticed that in the trailer you see at the beginning he's wearing his Kill 'Em All spider suit that Tony made for him. And then halfway through the movie, if provided everything is in order in the movie, he's not wearing that suit anymore. So I'd like to find out what's going on. Why that happened?
Like, are we not getting like superhero burnout yet?
Well, they hope not because there's a lot of superhero movies still coming out this year.
There's a lot coming.
Like with Spider-Man, and then
Dark Phoenix.
We have
New Mutants.
All of the TV shows that are coming out.
But okay, so they're coming out because there's a hunger for it. Not because we're not getting...
Or are they trying to jump on the trend even though the trend's dying?
I don't think it's dying quite yet. I think... Okay, so I think on the DC end, it's getting tired. I think like the DC movies, they should definitely...
Well, the DC movies, they just had Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
I know. And those...
And Shazam.
Those are... Well, and...
They're most successful movies
did okay.
today.
They did very well. But I think the way they do their movies as a whole, their superhero movies, is terrible.
I think they're learning now. I think they've caught up. They know what they did wrong before, and they're fixing things. So
I hope you're right. But if that's the case, then we're going to see a lot more superhero movies coming from them.
Well, we're going to see a lot more anyway because Marvel's got a 10-year plan. So, all right, Spider-Man. Paul, what's your most anticipated?
Okay, in a year where we can go down the list and say that all these movies are going to suck, I say Hobbs and Shaw is my most anticipated.
I can't believe someone's saying a Fast and the Furious movie is something that they're looking for.
Fast and the Furious 18.
Listen, I'm not a Fast and the Furious fanboy. I watched them.
But it's family.
I don't think they should have...
family.
They should not have made $1 billion.
No.
But this is a spin-off.
And spin-offs have always proven to be fantastic.
But this is a buddy action with The Rock and Jason Statham. And I think if they do it right, it could be really funny and entertaining.
I'll give you that anything The Rock touches tends to be decent.
Skyscraper and I know.
Except for the movies that you just want to forget about.
Yeah, like like 3 of his last 4. But we'll forget about those.
Now, I watched the trailer for Hobbs and Shaw, and I think there's a possibility that there could be a lot of forced comedy, maybe a little bit of cringe in there.
But that's Fast and the Furious.
That's all.
Like every one of their movies is cringeworthy. Like the lines they have, the acting is cringeworthy. Every third sentence,
No, but
it's
they weren't-
about family.
They weren't trying to do
Family.
comedy though. Like when you're doing forced comedy, there could be a lot of cringe.
Well,
that doesn't make it any better.
if they can catch a nuclear submarine in a Lamborghini, they can do anything. So that's all right. Hobbs and Shaw. I'm going to see it. I'm going to compare it. They're people like to say just let it go because it's just a fun movie and it's not supposed to make sense. Laws of physics don't apply here. Kind of like the old the new Star Wars movies.
I'm hoping this will be the movie that Jason Statham actually has a good movie. Because I like him as an actor.
I hate him as an actor.
I like him as an actor, but his movies are kind of like ho-hum.
The only one he's ever been that I think has really been good in. I like The Meg. I enjoyed The Meg.
He's like a B-rated Vin Diesel when Vin Diesel was an A-rated actor.
Well, I'd say yeah for movies.
That whole month.
I don't think Vin Diesel's ever been an A-list actor.
Well,
even
when he
though
was
he's-
doing like the first Triple X and stuff like that, he was on top.
Have you seen Triple X?
Have you seen The Witch Hunter?
Have you seen him in anything other than Fast and Furious that was any good?
He had at one time he had potential.
But Jason Statham in The Mechanic, in The Meg, a little bit better. And Hobbs and Shaw, maybe this is the time we get to see.
And his best role was in The Italian Job still. It's still his best movie to date. And that was an ensemble cast. It was not really his. It's a Mark Wahlberg movie and Charlize Theron. So,
Okay,
all right.
that's mine. What's
All
yours?
right. I'm going to go on, and this will be a surprise with movies like Aladdin, Godzilla coming out, Lion King. I'm actually kind of curious about Frozen 2. And there's a reason for that. Now, hear me out. I saw the trailer.
Okay.
The animation is fantastic.
Well, of course it's.
I thought that the scene in the ocean when they first would see her on the beach looking out at the ocean, I thought that was a picture and they animated her onto it. Like an actual photo, like movie.
It's all computer generated.
Yes,
It's
but
going to be beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
Does it matter that it's computer generated?
No.
The Lion King is going to be all computer generated
Listen,
too.
they're going to have some kind of a song in there, and that song is going to be played 1,000 times over.
That's what I'm wondering. Here's the thing. See, I enjoyed the first Frozen movie.
I still can't get that song out of my head.
I enjoyed it. Every once in a while, I'll put it on the computer when I'm going in my room and working, and I'll just listen to it off in the distance. I like the characters. I like the story. It's a very harmless, easygoing movie.
Sure, family friendly.
And catching. And
I'm looking forward
a ton
to
of
it
money.
for my children.
Well, I'm
see
looking. I like animation movies. I do, and there hasn't been a lot of great ones lately. So I'm looking forward to seeing this again. I like the Disney animation even more than I like Pixar animation from Disney. I'm tired now of the CG generated Toy Stories and Cars and movies like that. I like the hand-drawn pictures.
I'll say this for Frozen 2. They're gonna have to get the music right.
Yeah.
If they don't have that catchy song,
It'll destroy it.
They brought back the same writers for the music that they did in the first movie. They brought back the main singers from that. So and all the actors have returned with the same voices. So Disney's doing it right. And so if they can even have close to the success they had. You know how many kids are anticipating and waiting for this movie to come?
Zero.
No.
Because the kids that watched it the first time are 20 years old now.
And they're going to bring their kids.
Wow.
And they're going to bring, yes.
Okay, so consensus is the most anticipated movie this year is Hobbs and Shaw. Okay, Mark, what's your worst anticipated movie?
Okay, so if you've seen the trailer for It 2, you'll understand what I'm saying. That is some terrible writing, some terrible acting, and a terrible plot point all around.
See,
it's just...
I know people right now are reaching for their typewriters to comment, what the hell is Mark talking about? Because I think it was one of the most upvoted trailers ever.
It is terrible.
For It 2?
Yeah.
Terrible.
This is from...
I found... Listen, in the trailer, there's a scene where, is an older lady, turns out to be Pennywise's daughter, sitting in an apartment talking, and that is kind of interesting when you're putting that all together. But after that, when you actually all the group of friends and everything, now they're older. It's like the Goonies grown up.
It's the Losers Club.
See it. Well, yeah,
it's from the books.
I get it. I understand that. It's terrible.
No, I agree. I thought the trailer was extremely boring and cringy. There was nothing scary or thrilling in the entire trailer.
All right, you can leave your comments, care of Mark and Paul, and leave me out of it because I like the trailer and I'm going to go see that movie. There's tons of red balloons.
I didn't see the red balloon in the trailer.
He's floating with balloons. There's balloons all over the screen.
Yeah, I caught that. Never mind.
Yeah, that
I redact that.
Don't trust him.
But the trailer. I'm right about the trailer.
All right, Paul, what's your least anticipated movie?
Okay, so when I talked about superhero fatigue or mutant fatigue, I'm going to say New Mutants is my least anticipated movie, but not because of the fatigue, because it's not about the mutants. It's a stupid horror flick with mutants pasted on. I guess it's Fox's last hurrah with the mutant.
They're trying a new twist. They're trying to make it more of a horror genre. They brought in a horror director, and
it is literally Nightmare on Elm Street with mutants in it.
You could ask any high school student to film what they think a horror movie is, and just say mutant, and that's what this is, because
it's an insane asylum. It didn't really interest me. I thought New Mutants were going to be introduced to new X-Men, new villains, and no, it ain't going that direction whatsoever. But I see where they're coming from. They come out with this one because of movies like Brightburn coming out. So now that's their Superman horror film.
They're taking a dark twist on it. But I think, if the movie is true to the trailer, I think they're going in completely the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'll admit, I'm not too excited about that movie myself. For me, here's another one. You get ready to get those comments. Star Wars. Rise of Skywalker.
You're not looking forward to.
I'm not looking. I love Star Wars. Star Wars. I grew up with Star Wars. I'm a big fanboy of Star Wars. I'm afraid of this movie. I hated The Last Jedi.
Wait, what?
Hated it.
Okay, wait. The Last Jedi was a bad Star Wars movie.
Yes.
But it was a good movie.
No, I'm not looking for a movie. I'm looking for a Star Wars movie.
Okay,
it's part of a 9-part series, and he went...
But Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker is going to be better than New Mutant.
Well,
I'll agree with that.
Tell you what, I could smash my face into this typewriter and come up with a better script than The Last Jedi.
Jedi. Yeah. But now they know what went wrong.
But I don't know if Disney's going to fix it. I don't know.
They have to, or else the brand is entirely dead.
Well, they're coming out with, they're opening up all the new Star Wars theme parks and everything else. They're going to have to come out with something fantastic.
Well, they just hired the writers from Game of Thrones before the last season of Game of Thrones, and lo and behold, everyone hates the last season of Game of Thrones, and they're the ones that they hired them. So we got rid of the Rian Johnson trilogy, and now we're bringing out these guys. And I'm going to give them a chance.
It's two completely different genres.
I know, but the reason people don't like the Game of Thrones is why? They're subverting fan expectation. Where did we hear that before? Last Jedi. Yeah. I wanted to subvert the fan expectation. You subverted it all right. You made me not a fan anymore.
I'm not denying that The Last Jedi was great.
Don't get me wrong. Opening day, I'm going to be there seeing the movie, but I'm afraid of the movie. I'm not. Nothing in the trailers yet has got me hyped for the movie. Nothing has got me going, oh man, thank God. They fixed it. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Rey jumping over a ship.
But that was like a 20-second...
I know, but that's all they've shown us.
That's just the teaser.
That's not a movie.
I know, but they haven't shown me anything yet. So if you're asking me if I'm anticipating it, nothing that they've
Okay,
shown
but
me.
I haven't seen anything about Godzilla, but I know
You haven't seen Godzilla.
I know it's going to be a Godzilla movie, and it's probably going to be somewhat good.
They've had 3 trailers for the Godzilla movie.
But I haven't seen any of them.
Well, that's your fault.
You know that the Star Wars movie is going to at least be high quality cinema, visually.
Hey,
Okay, I'll
tell you what.
I don't know if they can repair Star Wars, and I understand that the trend that we're on with the Star. I think what they've done is they've made Rey way too overpowered without any kind of a hero's journey right off the bat.
hey, we're going into
we're stuck.
a huge topic here. We'll bring up some of these in a future video, but right now there's our most anticipated. Those are our least anticipated, and there's a lot of movies coming out. We got Dark Phoenix, Godzilla, Rocketman, Toy Story 4, New Mutants, Lion King, It, Joker, Gemini Man with Will Smith. Maleficent 2 has been announced, and we've seen trailers for that. So what are you guys looking forward to now, especially that Endgame's over with? And what movie are you scared to see? What one just looks horrible? Let us know in the comments down below, and until next time, we'll see you in the movies.